today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is going to be the J Files part, like I was going to say part 5. It's going to be the J Files episode 5, part 2. Yes, the J Files episode 5, part 2. See, that goes to show you everybody make mistakes. But just because you make a mistake don't mean you can't correct it and go back on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Most people would have started on their words and would have hurried up and turned the video off and, oh my God, I got to restart. I made a mistake. I used to be like that when I was doing videos, but I learned that regardless of who watching, you gonna make a mistake like that, whether it's in person or whether it's virtually, digitally, how you want to pronounce it. But today's video is basically just gonna be part 2 of episode 5. So episode 5, you know me, I'm just talking my shit or whatever, but it is true, you know what I'm saying? I have been grinding on this YouTube thing for 10 plus years. Actually had a lot of success with it. People probably think, oh, this dude had no success with it. It don't look like that because I don't carry myself like that, like flashy and all that type of stuff. I used to be like that, but not anymore. I made $1 million off the YouTube shit, you know what I'm saying? But being that young, having that much money, not having that much experience, I didn't know what I was doing. Even though I had the right idea, I didn't have like guidance with it, so I just blew it on dumb shit. Which I mean, I kind of regret, but then I don't, because I learned a lot and I had a good time. You know, my grandma used to say, as long as you have a good time, that's all that matters. You feel me? So that's all that matters. But I learned my lesson from that. So when I get the next big chunk of change, the next $1 million check, I know what to do with it. I'm about real estate, property, and shit like that. That's gonna be the first thing I do. So if shit do go wrong, because you know it always will, especially being in this type of profession, a lot of people don't understand, like YouTube influencer or become a celebrity, what you want to call it, because I don't just do YouTube. Like, I'm an artist, I do music, which I haven't been doing music in a while, but I do music. I'm an artist, I like poetry, arts and crafts, pottery, shit like that, like just artist shit. I'm actually starting to get into knitting and sewing. I know that shit sounds like old people stuff, but it's actually a really good skill to learn. All type of shit, man. All type of shit. And I make my money through an intellectual profession, which is professional services, which is basically a CEO. I work remote off my phone. I work for this company, 5 surveys, but they call Prime Insights, and they own other subsidiary companies and stuff like that. But that's the main company I work for. You see what I'm saying? 5 surveys, $5. You do 100 surveys, it's $100 right to your bank account. So it's legit money. It's legal. You know, it's creative services, intellectual. You got to be smart to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm making money professionally on my own. That's not easy to do. You see what I'm saying? And first things first, it comes with the knowledge. You need to know how to do this. Most people don't know which ways to look, which ways to go. And I was like that. I was stuck. I ain't know, but now that I got the information, you know better, you do better, type of thing. But yeah, just in this episode, it's just gonna be schooling y'all on some stuff. Nothing too major, but yeah, man, shit. It's really just shit being humble about this whole situation, is because, like I said, I've been around the world and stuff like that. I ain't say I've been to every country and all that type of stuff, but I have been to a few different countries and stuff like that, a few different states in America. But what makes that so important to me, at least, is because coming up where I came from, you know what I'm saying, south side of Chicago, most people don't even get that opportunity to even leave out the walls of the south side, or even just Chicago in general. You see what I'm saying? Like, they just stuck in a mundane type of spot. Not saying that those people are dumb or anything like that. It's just they don't have the knowledge. They was not shown anything else. You see what I'm saying? So thank God for my grandma and stuff like that, who was able, and my dad and my mom and shit like that, whatever, they was able to show me a different path when I was younger. So I had, other stuff to see instead of just seeing, trapping and motherfuckers shooting each other and all that. There's other shit that you can see and learn in the hood when you're in these type of things. But the thing is, do you want to learn these type of things, or do you want to stay stagnant, stay stuck, stay still? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so when I do sign next deal, which is coming soon, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand this type of stuff take time because it's paperwork, it's contracts. You got to get lawyers and shit involved and all that type of shit. And that's how it was the first time, you know, when I went to Australia and stuff like that. Um, to get all this money and type of stuff and have access to get to this country, there's lawyers involved and all type of other shit. There's a lot of paperwork and like it's not just all that. I just don't talk about all that type of stuff. But yes, it's a lot of this shit is involved, But yeah, I learned my lesson from that. So shit, when I get the next $1 million, shit, I'm investing in real estate. Because if shit do go wrong, or when I mean shit go wrong, you gotta understand being like an entrepreneur, which is still an intellectual profession. You gonna have ups and downs, man. Like you work for yourself. You don't have. So basically, meaning you have to create your own backing. You have to create your own structure. You see what I'm saying? Because if you, let's say for example, if you work for Walmart, ain't nothing wrong with working with Walmart. If you put in the work, do what you got to do. You get work your way up. Excuse me. As you work your way up, you're making more money. You're becoming more powerful. You see what I'm saying? You get deeper into your profession. You can start off at a store, but if you continue to learn the job and learn all the ins and outs of Walmart, you could become corporate at Walmart, which is the business side. That's the entrepreneur, the intellectual side of business. You see what I'm saying? Work your way up. But as I'm just using Walmart as an example, because I used to work there before, and Walmart is a good company, but you work your way up through Walmart. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have a company that's backing you. So let's say, for example, if you do make a few mistakes, you still kind of got leeway to fall back on. But if you are an entrepreneur, you out here by yourself, and you don't really got. That's why you have to learn the knowledge before you start doing shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you can learn as you go too, but that's just like doing shit the hard way. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it's important to seek out the knowledge first, then apply the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to just be out here with a chicken like a chicken with his head cut off. Hey, morning. And that's why it's important to do your research so you know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So being an entrepreneur, you have to create your own structure. So it's gonna be ups and downs. You're gonna have times where you're gonna fail. You're gonna have times where you're gonna be homeless. You're gonna have times where you're gonna be living in a mansion. You're gonna have times where you driving an Aston Martin. You're gonna have times where you catching a bus. It's just the truth. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to tell you the truth. They want to show you just them riding in the Aston Martin, them with their nice designer clothes on. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You earned it. You work hard for it. That's cool. But that's also is not cool because that's not the only side of business, of the industry. It's just good. You got bads too. What about the times when you crying? What about the times where you can't afford your rent? What about all these times? Those things, that's real too. Them real stories too that you need to share with people. You don't necessarily have to share with them, but I'm just saying people would like to see these things because they can relate to this type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So you have to create your own structure, your own backing. So I learned, from the first time, when I get the next $1 million, you feel me? Real estate, real estate, real estate. So if anything do go wrong, hypothetically, because ups and downs, shit go wrong, don't necessarily mean that it's your fault. It's just you got life too. Don't forget about life, because life will spank you on your ass too. You see what I'm saying? So real estate, real estate, real estate. I'm probably, I got my own business ventures that I want to create, but real estate and buying property is going to be like the first thing on the list. So let's say, for example, business ventures don't go well, or if I do make a mistake, hypothetically, whatever, at least I will have my own property and my own place to go back to that I own and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the main thing. Second, I'm going to probably invest in like business ventures. I got my own little business ventures and shit like that. I got great ideas. Sometimes if I give you an idea, I obviously don't really care about the idea. I mean, not saying I don't care about the idea, but it's not one of my top genius ideas. So I wouldn't mind, throwing that little idea out there. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. But I got some billion-dollar ideas I'm not going to tell you about. You see what I'm saying? But you will see when they come to fruition. But yeah, so those are like the main things. You see what I'm saying? Also, I'm probably going to invest in. Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna invest in cryptocurrency and all that type of stuff. But that's what it is. Like when I get the next chunk of change, it's gonna be just to invest and stuff like that. To invest in myself. See, the thing is, people don't want to tell you. People want to invest in this. They want to invest in that. They this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's self-preservation. You have to help yourself before you can help anybody else. If you know you taking care of, if you taking care of and your family taken care of, and you want to invest in somebody or you want to invest in something, that's totally fine because you know you and your family is taken care of. But if you or your family ain't taken care of, you just invest in this shit. That's stupid because you got to make sure your own self is secure and shit like that first, you know. So yeah, like at this stage of my life, man, I learned so much. I just let demons talk because that's all it is, just demons running their mouths talking shit, and not me. I'm just saying, I'm a demon slayer, you know. But you got just demons that just run their mouth. What you gonna do with that $1,000,000? What you gonna do? You gonna buy crack? Are you fucking stupid? No. But I'm gonna buy weed though. Oh yeah, I'm gonna invest into a weed dispensary too. Matter of fact, since you so nosy, you know what I'm saying? Since you wanna know so much. Now we don't fuck with crack, but I'm gonna most definitely invest into a weed dispensary. But thank you for letting me know what's on your mind. See, you want crack, so that's why you brought it up because you know it takes one to know one. You know how people always try to say, "Oh, look at this motherfucker, look at that." How would you be able to recognize some type of behavior if you haven't engaged in that behavior yourself? Like Bart used to say, you know what I'm saying? Eat my shorts. It take one to know one. So if you want to call somebody a drug addict, a loser, and all this type of stuff, you obviously must be a drug addict, and you obviously must be a loser because you must obviously know what it take to see that behavior, to spot out what a loser look like, to spot out what a drug addict look like. You obviously must know because you engage in that behavior. Reverse psychology. You see what I'm saying? So I let them demons talk. But yes, it's gonna be just to invest. You see what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, you know, it's gonna be some money in on my pocket too, but that's the main thing is to invest in property. You see? So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it right now. This is part 2 of episode 5. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all his minions. Gang, don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ. You feel me? You weren't ready for that, were you?